The views expressed are solely those of the speaker, and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM Software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users. On demand on iTunes and on YouTube and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you're encouraged to post your comments whether you agree with yours truly or not. And thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we're syndicated across the United States into 12 million households. I am your guest, Gary Baumgarten. Welcome to the show. You may be hearing the whoosh of the wind behind me. We have 55-mile-an-hour wind gusts here in New York City, and I'm riding a ferry back home from Manhattan tonight. And I'll tell you, on the way out here, it wasn't nearly as bad as it is now, and people were kind of, getting a little green around the gills. So maybe I'll grab me some ginger snaps before I leave, because that's good to keep the nausea down. No logging on to Paltalk from the boat today, because, well, that would almost be like logging on to Paltalk while riding with Boaz, the way he drives his car. I mean, you get car sick if you've never been car sick in your life.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Boaz. Okay, our guest today is Chuck Fager, who is the head of Quaker House in North Carolina, to talk to us about the increasing number of members of the U.S. service who are declaring themselves conscientious objectors to avoid, under moral or religious grounds, deploying to theaters of combat in Iraq and Afghanistan. But before we go to Chuck, I'm going to ask you to hold on just for a couple of minutes here, sir, because I want to take us back to Australia, where the situation there is far worse with the fires than it is here today with the winds. In fact, I was just going over a whole series of photographs that were sent to me by Elena, one of our PAL editors, and it's just amazing. You see fire trucks in the foreground and absolute total walls of fire behind them, and it's like, why even bother sending the fire brigade out? It's such an impossible task, seemingly, to strike back at these fires that have destroyed whole towns in Australia, and I guess close to 200 people dead. I don't know what today's count is, and it's just very sad. And of course, they have fires out in the bush there in Australia during the summer months, which it is in that hemisphere now, summer, all the time anyway. But some of these fires were helped along by humanoids. And how a person could set a fire and cause this kind of destruction and death is just beyond me. It's just absolutely disgusting. As she has in the past 3 days, Jenny is joining us from Australia to give us an update on what's going on there today. Are they making any headway, Jenny? And welcome back to News Talk Online on Paltalk.com.
Oh, they certainly are, Gary. Weather conditions have cooled down a lot, which really helps in a bushfire situation. The winds have abated as well, and the Army engineers and also local people with their bulldozers, they've all been in heaps and heaps and heaps of kilometres of containment lines have been put in. They've been making them 3 blades wide. That is 3 blades of the bulldozer itself, so that once the fire reaches just bare dirt, there's nothing there for it to burn. Also, a lot of back burning has been done, so that has cleared the grass and the debris off the ground. So it only gives the fire the trees to burn. Always there's the risk of ember fires, and with a wind that has subsided, the risk there is less also. the government, both the governments, the state government and the federal government, are doing a fantastic job at trying to make these people more comfortable, trying to get everything in order and trying to get things running smoothly as possible, and getting these people that just don't have a home into some sort of comfort. Yesterday it was announced that the Victorian government will be giving the next of kin to deceased people a $10,000 donation, but it's for a bereavement fund, and it's to pay for the cost of their funerals. Also, a company has stepped in and given every family where their house has been burnt down a laptop computer, and also new, you call them cell phones, we call them mobile phones here, so that they have communication now with their internet friends. They can sort of log on and checking their bank accounts, all the things we do. So that's been great. Still, truckloads of hay and fodder have been brought over from South Australia this morning into the Gippsland area. People are concerned how the animals are being fed. Well, farmers are pitching in from all over Australia, and transport companies are donating their drivers, trucks and fuel, so the animals are all being taken care of as well. Still, trucks and trucks full of donations are coming into the areas of clothing, furniture and food. And at one of the relief camps there yesterday, all the teenage boys that are in that camp, they were pitching in, they were unloading the trucks. It was a great sight to see. For morale boosters, the Australian cricket team's been in there. They've had a game of cricket with the kids. There's clowns in there with the balloons and twisting them into shapes. They had jumping castles down there for the kiddies to play on. They're trying to keep the kids amused and get them back into some sort of happiness. Now, we have an army base here in Victoria. It's called Puckapunyal. All the people that are in the tent cities are now being transferred to Puckapunyal. If they wish to go, if they've made arrangements with family and friends to go elsewhere, well and good, but this will get them out of the tents and put a roof over their head. That will give them normal bathroom facilities, normal kitchen facilities, and they will have a roof over their head instead of a tent over their head. Last night a huge fundraising TV event and concert was held in Australia. To date, the Australian Red Cross has an extra $73 million in their accounts. Pledges and donations came in from absolutely everywhere.